Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, my name is Alex. I am a co-founder of a talent management company and a influencer marketing agency. I'm currently in Paris. Currently in Paris, just in a working place. Literally no one is here. You know, one of those memes where it's like that friend at 2 a.m. or something. I am so that guy. I am that guy at a random time. It's 3 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon, being able to work from anywhere in the world. And yeah, I've of course went back to the UK for a few for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I want to say, just for holiday. And then of course I flew back to outside of the UK to work again, right? But sorry, I've just had so much Coke and I was just like, I don't even know. Yeah, anyway. And you're probably watching this video because you want to learn more about the influencer marketing industry, where it's going, and there's so many cool little concepts where the world is going with the influencer marketing like industry, and sort of what's going on. So first of all, why am I in Paris? Paris, just because I'm traveling, and also I have a show in Berlin next week called the IFA show, which is a huge tech show, which I really recommend anyone to go if you're into tech or finding new prospects for your type of business, right? So I'm going as an influencer, which is actually an interesting topic. So I'm also a creator with just under 6 million followers. So I get invited to all these events as a creator. And last year we went to IFA for the show, and I went with my co-founder Ollie, and we went as a agency. So we pitched these brands and said, hey, this is what we do. Didn't really get much response. Like, a lot of our shows aren't successful really. It comes down the line of like, oh, we met you at CES probably like a year down the line. So this time I'm reversing how I'm approaching these brands, and being a creator. So I've got a creator badge, I don't have to pay for my ticket, and I'm going to the IFA show next week as a creator. Okay, so these brands know me as a creator rather than a marketing agency who's going to pitch them concepts, right? So basically the motion, the behaviors of the brand is, I need that creator to promote my product rather than, oh, that agency's just trying to sell me something, right? So hopefully this idea really works well, and it's a very unique position. Of course, only I could probably do it. There's not many creators who are agency founders, all that sort of thing. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Already I've had messages on the IFA like platform of brands wanting to have a meeting with me as a creator. So that's really exciting. So that's why I'm in Europe. So that's a cool little concept and a little bit of an update for you. But at the moment, the agency and the influencer marketing sort of model is changing massively. And why is that? It's because of AI. People are now focusing a lot of time and a lot of energy with AI brands. Okay, how do I get more, members on my subscription SaaS company, which is included in AI? And it's so easy now to literally build any platform you want with platforms like Lovable or, other sort of, AI, SaaS builders, right? I'm going to call it a SaaS builder. I know it's not called a SaaS builder. Like recently I built, what have I built? So I've been using Lovable, not a sponsor. I built them I built a internal talent manager dashboard for our talent management team, who manages influencers. They track commissions, they track how many creators they have. There's a CRM system on there for signing creators, resources. Like we used to use for SOP, recommend SOPs. It's just in basics, like learnings for your employees about the company and their role, and anything they're struggling with, they can probably go to their SOP and find the answers there rather than annoying you and messaging you, right? So we use Circle, okay, or we used to use Circle, and that was $200 a month, just because how many members we have and how many employees we have. So $200, I think it was actually £200, so $250 a month. So that's, what's that? If a year, that's like £3,000 a year, right? I don't actually know the maths on that. £3,000 a year. And then we have School, which is our education platform as well. I don't need to use that. That's $100. So we're saving $4,000 to $5,000 a year because I built this SaaS, or I built this platform, basically this dashboard, and put all the education into a dashboard for all our employees rather than using external, sites. And I think that's where the industry is going. Is, yes, I'm not really talking about influencer marketing as such right now, but the systems behind a company, using Mondays, which we use as an internal management system on managing campaigns, the processes, what's going in and what's going out as a company. We spend probably $12,000 to $15,000 with Mondays every year. So in the last, 4 years, we've spent $50,000 with them, right? Roughly. So if we can cut that down and build our own platform and our own site for $500 and build it ourselves and build it customly, that's what we're going to be using. And I think not many platforms in these SaaS companies have really thought about it, like Mondays, like Google Sheets. I could literally build my own software, build my own thing that I want. Is that saying of the calculator was invented doesn't mean, maths disappeared and, doing the numbers yourself. It's just that it's just a different way of approaching maths and approaching a subject. So that's the same thing now, where we don't need to use other platforms and pay for other things, where we could build it ourselves and customize it literally by typing in a box what we want. So that's one big change within the industry, but that's also with every industry. And that's what we're seeing right now. Is systems are really important to grow your company. And, if you don't understand building your own platform or whatever, send me a message. I might be able to help you. I might be able to build it for you. And that's internal. Maybe that's, I don't know, whatever platform you want to build, let me know. I probably might have some time to help you. I might charge if it's a big project, but advice is advice, right? So yeah, that's basically what's happening at the moment in the industry. Is a lot of changes for internal systems, building things. Of course, now we can go to creators and sort of sell them the concept of building their own platform. So maybe they do a subscription site. They don't need to go on to potentially OF, or they don't need to go on School. We can build them their own, have their own process. We can literally add anything they want. They want to create their own sort of YouTube platform. We can do that. We can do a subscription form on there. They want to build their own PT business, structure. We can do that. We don't have to use a third party and have that under a subscription. We can literally do that ourselves. So that's what we're currently doing now. Is probably going to start going to creators, looking into building their own, businesses, which we've always done, but use partners. We can now use AI to really, implement this, or at least get the prototype, get it out, see if users or their fans or their followers like it, and then we can start looking into, building it properly, and more security wise. It's really important, of course, with these AI platforms. It's not secure if you did it yourself. But of course, that's going to cost $5,000 to $10,000 to build. But at least let's get the concept of let's say the PT platform for a creator. Let's get just the concept. Let's see if anyone actually is interested, rather than investing a lot of money quick, right? And that's the same with us. We did invest, which annoyingly invested some money in building a sort of a portal for our creators and for our brands that we onboard, and we spent, I want to say $5,000 to $10,000 on it. I want to say, I'll be honest, I could probably build it now with Lovable, and of course we're spending money to save time, which is great, and that's nothing to do with our, I'm not being rude to our partners if you're watching this, because you guys are really good at what you guys do. But it's now like getting to that stage where that business will be cut out, and it's now just like, I'll do it because it saves you time, rather than we work with someone because they know how to do it and we don't. So that's really important. But yeah, that's what's going on within the industry, and I think it is a scary time, because not many, how can I word it? A lot of companies have invested so much money in, these SaaS, businesses, where at the end of the day, I've been watching this thing as well, where they're saying SaaS could be quite a dead business. Not dead in the sense not making money, but to try and sell a SaaS company, why do companies sell, for, SaaS companies, what is it, 6 to 9x? That's going to lower the X's for exits, because if someone can build it, that reduces. And then what they're just buying is data. They're buying the subscribers. They're buying the people who use the platform and, know your name, rather than the actual tech. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, so within our company, so we're now bringing in more dashboards to really help us and help our team learn, educate, really go through the process and educating easier with the dashboards we create. More commission roles coming through the company as well, which is really exciting. So if you want to become a talent manager, message me. We'll teach you, we educate you, and you get put into a dashboard, get put within our team, and you can become a talent manager in a few weeks, right? And that's all because of AI. Now we can streamline that whole process, rather than what it used to be is go and use this and do this. It's so many things, but now we've built our own, process, which is awesome. What else? Nothing really, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting place. I'll also vlog IFA and bring you guys with me. I'm going to go back to my co-working place that I'm currently living. It's called, if anyone is in Paris and wants to travel or whatever, it's called Hife, Hife, and then Izzy, and then Paris. Search that. You'll see the rooms. The rooms aren't that bougie, but it's just basic stuff. But overall, decent, to be honest. But there's co-working, everything like that. And yeah, currently gonna walk back, do some work, because I need to. And I'll see you guys in the next video. But if you have any questions about influencer marketing or systems or whatever, send me a message. And ideally, I'm gonna make these really raw videos just because I love making content, and I want the younger generation to watch these and sort of hopefully join me on my experience of trying to build a company and get to your 10 million revenue a year sort of thing. So yeah, send me a message if you need any help for your influencer marketing agency or systems. I can potentially try and help. My Instagram is the same as this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you in a bit.